देवियों और सज्जनों नमस्कार। इनफाइनाइट स्प्लेंडर की यूट्यूब की एक और उड़ान में आप सभी का फिर से स्वागत है। आज हम लोग बात करने वाले हैं फाउंडेशंस के बारे में। यस, इन टुडेज वीडियो वी आर गोइंग टू बी डिस्कसिंग एवरीथिंग रिलेटेड टू पिकिंग अप द राइट फाउंडेशन शेड फॉर यू, एंड इफ यू already have a foundation shade which probably doesn't match you anymore, or maybe it was your summer shade or it's your winter shade and probably your skin has lost a little bit of tan or you have gained a little bit of tan, even then how to make use of the foundation which you earlier had. Alright, so just to give you a heads up, I have 4 different shades of foundation on my face right now, and if you want to know how I color matched all the 4 different shades to get my perfect foundation shade, then please keep on watching. So I have the newly launched Sugar Rage for Coverage 24-hour foundation in 4 shades along with this quirky stand, and I have not tried these shades yet or this formula, so this is going to be the very first time me trying this out along with you guys, in which I am going to pick up my correct foundation shade, and we are also going to work with the other shades for a full face of makeup as to how we can make even a wrong foundation shade work for different skin types. Okay, I mean skin tones. So out of these 4 shades that I have, one is a very close match to my skin tone, the other 3 either are too light or too dark. So now in this very video I'm going to show you how you can pick up your exact skin tone foundation and what you can do with the shades of foundation that you probably already have but you're figuring out a way, to make them work for your skin tone. Alright, so let's begin the swatch party. So the first shade that I'm going to be swatching is number 07 Vanilla Latte, and a very common mistake that a lot of people make, even when you go to a store, an outlet, even the sales people over there usually make this mistake of swatching the foundation shade on your wrist, on the inner side of your wrist. We must never do that because our skin tone and the skin color over here on our wrist are very different for most people, so it will not actually look the same. Also, this area is a lot drier than what our face moisturization or hydration levels are. So with the hydration level of your skin, the foundation usually tends to oxidize, and if you don't already know, whenever we try out a foundation, we must always let it be on our skin for, let's say, half an hour or so, so that you see whether the foundation shade oxidizes or not. Okay, so with the amount of moisture that is there on your skin, in some time the oil that is released from your face usually tends to oxidize the foundation. So whenever you pick out a foundation shade, when you're looking for the exact shade, if you want the correct shade and it is a foundation that oxidizes, you must give it some time to see whether it actually settles into your correct skin tone after half an hour or so or not. Okay, so that was point number 1. Now moving on to the next shade that I have is number 27 Vienna. So this like what you just saw, what I did was put it on my jaw and then drag it down to my neck so that I can see whether it matches my neck or not. Okay, obviously when we are walking out or when we have foundation, our face and neck should look like they belong to the same person, right? So these 2 colors have to match. So always make sure that your foundation on your face matches your neck. Any which ways we put the foundation on our neck as well. So try to blend this and then you see if there is a color difference or not. So clearly this is not my shade, it's way too light for me. So trying the second shade out, number 27 Vienna, again I'm going to take a little bit of it and drag it down to my neck. So you see this is also very light for me. It has got yellow undertone, so even I am a yellow undertone person, but this is clearly not my shade as well. The next shade that I have is number 32 Cortado. Can I take a little bit of it? Drag it all the way down. Okay, so this, when I apply over here, it kind of, blends completely into my neck. Like when you see over here, this has almost disappeared, the third shade which I just applied. This is number 32 Cortado. All right, And I have the last shade with me, that is number 52 Corretto. Please don't mind the background noise, that is Piku playing around in the room. Okay, again this is a little too brown, or you know, like it's yellow only, but again it's brown. So I know on camera probably this looks like it is my shade, however when I see this in person, this is quite dark for me. Like, I'm filming this video at night time, so with this artificial light this looks like it blends into my skin, but when I go out in the sun, this will clearly not be my shade. It's going to look very dark. So out of all the shades, this is my shade. As you can see, it's completely blended into my skin. So this is how we are going to figure out what our foundation shade is, and of course we are going to wait for some time. Now I am doing this video for you guys on camera, so I'm going to be at home so I can see whether the foundation shade is actually oxidizing or not. But if you guys are going out into a mall or to a store where you're trying out a new foundation, always apply it, swatch it, whichever shade you think is your correct shade, apply a little bit of it and then walk around, you know, do other things, and then come back and see in bright daylight, not in artificial or studio lights. See it in bright daylight and sunlight if it merges well with your skin or not, or if it changes color. Like if it turns a little orangey or it turns a little gray, it is not your foundation shade. I mean, then of course it's oxidizing, so you will have to check out a shade which is a little more bright, so that after oxidizing it blends into your skin. I hope I made that point. Now since we figured out what our shade is, yeah, see, when I stretch my skin, you see this has almost completely disappeared. So that is my shade. Now we're going to do a full face with all the shades that we have. I'm going to be showing you an entire face foundation routine in which I'm also going to be highlighting and contouring along with all of the shades that I have. So it's going to be a full face of foundation in which there's also going to be contouring and highlighting. Alright, so let's get into the foundation tutorial. So I'm going to be squirting out a little amount of the foundation on the back of my palm. And first I'm going to be trying to use this with a foundation brush. So I take a little bit of quantity of the foundation and I start applying it right onto my skin. I forgot to tell you that I've already moisturized and primed my face. Wow, that gave an amazing coverage. So did you see it just completely covered all the blemishes that I had? In just one light layer. Now does it make sense to you when I told you this is the right shade? Because this looks like it is blending completely into my skin, and when I pull it down all the way to my neck as well, it completely blends in. I think I would be needing another little squirt of the foundation. I used a very little amount even the first time when I took it. So I'm not going to be using too much product at once, and we are going to build up the coverage. But this is actually a Rage for Coverage foundation, and you see how well it has actually covered up everything. So this is the difference. It has covered up the dark circles completely. Actually, on this side, let me try this with a damp beauty sponge. So I love using these cheese cube sponges because they are very functional, and you know, these are kind of like, you can use it like a use and throw sponge also. When I used to do clients in makeup, I used to always have these in my vanity because they were like cleaning beauty blenders sometimes is just such a task, and if you have these sponges, they are just amazing. So even with the sponge, it has given a good amount of coverage, but I do need a little more product. So the sponge is definitely eating up on the coverage, because of course sponge absorbs a lot of product as well. So I prefer going back with the foundation brush and applying this. Oh, see, that's just so much more concentrated. This is my very favorite foundation brush. It is from Sephora. I love this foundation brush. Did I say Sephora? I'm sorry, this is from Smashbox. So guys, my full face of foundation is done, and this is how I like to do it. I usually like to keep my forehead kind of bare. I don't like to apply too much foundation, especially this is summers, so it all melts down in the heat if you're going out. But this is how I like it. So this is one layer, and this amount of coverage is perfect for me. I don't like a very, very heavy, like a cake face. And any which ways, now we are also going to be doing highlighting and contouring, hence I left my under eyes the way it is with the very first layer itself, because as it is, there is going to go a lot more product on it. Okay, so you only use foundation as much as you need. So like a foundation like this, which is full coverage, if you have this much on your face, in some time it's going to settle into your skin even better, and it's going to look more skin like. So I think that is also one of the best tips I can give you, to not overdo your base too much, overdo your foundation, because as it is, if you have blemishes and you will be needing concealer, and of course you're going to set that with powder and all other products afterwards. So if you layer the very first layer of foundation on your face with a very, very heavy amount of product, then it is always going to look like a cake face. Okay, so avoid doing that. And now we are coming to the more interesting part of the video, in which I was talking about using up a wrong foundation shade for your skin. Okay, so how to make a wrong foundation shade right for you. So I'm going in with the darkest shade that I just swatched for you guys. It's the number 52. Now if I take this much amount on my palm, you're going to see that this should be enough for me to have like a natural contour. I'm going to apply to the hollows of my cheek, and I'm trying to blend it with my finger itself. So I don't know why this light it's reflecting too much. Just give me a moment, let me adjust the brightness. Hopefully this picks up. I'm pretty sure that in daylight this is going to look a lot more deep, but then when I see this in the mirror in person, I hope you can see it now. So do you see the difference? So yeah, for something which has a formula like this, this is more like a moussey, creamy formula. It's not liquid and it is not too dry, so it does set into a powder like formula, which is amazing. So it is matte, but you need to work really quickly with it, because if you leave it like that, it's going to be sticky, and then it's going to be very difficult to work with. So that gives me a very light contour. And now I'm also going to show you how I'm going to contour my nose and forehead and chin with it. Okay, so just keep watching. I'm using the same sponge I earlier used, and with this side of the sponge I'm going to be using to contour my forehead. I do have a little dip on my chin, so I like to contour that as well. If you want to cut down the sides of your face and the double chin, you can go ahead and do that as well. But you see how that just contoured your face ever so slightly, because this shade was just, I would say, 1 to 2 shades darker than my skin tone, and it gives a very natural looking contour. It is not like an extreme chisel contour, but this is what I think is very wearable. Even if you wear this look in the daytime, people are not going to stare at you like, oh, why have you done such a heavy contour, you know. But each to their own. This is how I prefer. Now I'm going in with the lighter shade number 27 and applying it under my eyes to give it that bright under eye look. And I usually don't do this, like I'm not a very big fan of extremely bright under eyes, but I'm just showing you like this foundation hack wherein you can put your foundations to use if it is not your skin shade anymore. Okay, so I'm going back in with the same foundation brush because I think this just keeps the concentration of the product intact for me, and I'm too lazy to go and get a beauty blender now. I don't have it handy with me. They're all kept in the wardrobe and it's not with me right now. All the sounds, everything has to happen now only when I'm filming. So I'm just going to use the same brush. So this actually did give a brightening effect. Let's also try out the even lighter shade and see what that does to my face now. Oh my god, this is very light and scary, but okay. Using a little bit of product won't harm. Hopefully we can make this work. So I take a little bit of it and I go on top of the earlier concealer. I mean, I use the foundation as a concealer. Another hack here, you don't really need to buy a new concealer if you already have a foundation shade which is maybe a little light for you. You can use that as a concealer as well, using the same brush again. Now I'm just pushing the product onto my skin, and this is matte finish, so it is perfect for the under eyes. So far nothing has creased, which is very impressive. I am in love with this formula. And what's amazing is I don't think I need a powder to set this foundation. This formula just is amazing. Wow. This might be my new favorite drugstore full coverage foundation. I haven't worn a foundation in such a long time, except for videos. Like in real life, I barely wearing foundation these days. When I have to go for a flight also, I just use like a BB cream or something like that. I don't really wear a full face of foundation because of course we have a mask on, and yeah, just don't use product if you don't need it. Okay, hopefully I made that work. Okay, now that you have a close-up of my face, I think we did well. Okay, so now I'll just in a jiffy complete the rest of my face makeup and come back and show you the final look. So here I am after completing the rest of my makeup, and this is how my base is looking. So I wanted to I can't deal with this. Oh my god. Don't lick mama's face. I have makeup on, baby. No. Oh, my baby. Okay. Then go. Then don't knock. Okay, so here I am back with the completed makeup look, and this is what my base is looking like. I do not have powder on. This is without any filter. This is how my skin looks up close and personal. Oh my god. I usually always crease in my laugh lines. That is one of the prominent issues that I face, and I do not really use matte foundations, but this one, oh my god, it has just taken my breath away. I haven't creased yet, and I had 3 layers of foundation in my under eye area, and there's no creasing there as well. This is impressive. So I don't know about 24-hour wear of this, but then I don't think anybody should even wear foundation for 24 hours, but this is amazing. So I hope that all the tips that I gave you regarding mixing and matching of your foundation has really helped. Another thing which I forgot to mention earlier was that you can always mix shades to get your custom shade. For example, the darker shade mixed in a little quantity with the lighter shade will give you a particular shade, but if you mix a little more of the darker shade and a little less of the lighter shade, it's again a different color. Okay, so when I used to do professional makeup earlier, like for clients, and for that matter any makeup artist would always customize shades for every particular client. So even though we used to have like every makeup artist would always have a palette of concealers and foundations, but sometimes we also have to still, because of course no palette can always accommodate every single skin shade, right? So this is the biggest tip that I can give you. If you have a particular existing foundation which now doesn't match you exactly, and you want the exact match, and you have another shade which can probably alter the color of your existing foundation by adding a little bit of that, then always go ahead, experiment with that, and always keep a tab of how much you're mixing. Like if you're mixing 1 drop and that gives you the customized shade, remember next time when you're again trying to get the same color match, because then if you add 2 drops वो color change हो जाएगा. Okay, so always remember this whenever you're mixing shades, how much of which what is the quantity of which foundation that you have used. You can also experiment with different formulations. Like I have mixed liquid and cream, cream and cream, liquid and liquid. So there's no hard and fast rule that 2 different formulations, 2 different brands of foundations cannot work together, unless you specifically have issues with a particular formula. There shouldn't be an issue if you're mixing 2 different formulations as well. As far as I am concerned, I have done it on myself, on others. So from personal experience, I'm telling you that it works. Okay, so I really hope that you found this video useful, and if you do recreate this makeup look, or if you want a tutorial on this particular eye look, this is like a super simple 2-minute smoky eye look. I haven't done much. Then please let me know in the comment section. I would love to recreate this look for you. Any which ways, I have a lot of smoky eye looks planned in my head which I want to make a tutorial on. So if you're interested in this simple black smoky eye look, let me know. I will definitely recreate this look for you. And since this video was mainly focusing on foundation, I have shown you the entire foundation application. But if you want to know how to get a flawless base, how to conceal, correct, powder your face, what product you should use first, what after it, then please let me know in the comment section. I would love to make that video for you as well. And I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for watching it till here. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button so you get notified every time I post a new video. And thank you so much for being a part of my YouTube family. If you haven't joined me on Instagram yet, go ahead and click the link in the description box and follow me on Instagram. I would love to chat with you there as well. Mwah. Until then, take care, stay safe, stay happy, and stay positive. Bye bye.